Hello. Today we are learning how to make renders in Roblox Studio. See this little funny guy? Like, wow, that looks super good. Like, how'd you make this in Roblox? Well, I'll tell you how. See, I have my FNaF Plus Freddy Fazbear right here. And, we have, normal Freddy Fazbear. Yeah. So, hold up. There we go. So for this Freddy Fazbear, oh, 1 second. Yeah. Yep. Alright, so for this Freddy Fazbear, you can see there's a bunch of lights in here, right? If we just set the size to 1, you can see all the lights around Freddy. I'll show you how to do this with this Freddy right here, this Freddy. So, the only downside to this is, like, if you want to light their feet like this, the light's gonna go onto the ground. Which, I mean, you could use. I'm using point lights, which is probably not the best idea. You can use something like spotlights. These are a lot better. I'll show you how to do it with all the different kinds of light. Um, but the one that we're doing right now is gonna be point lights. These are just lights like anywhere. They don't have a fixed position to go in one area. So like, let's say I have a spotlight. As you can see, it's going in one fixed area. You can change the range of it, how far it goes. You can change the brightness of the light. As you can see, the light's getting brighter. You can change the angle, so this makes it more narrow or wider. You can mess around with these settings until you get something you like. But these lights are usually used for light bulbs or like that kind of stuff. Different kinds of light. As you can see, the more narrow you make it, the less the light is going to show up. So keep that in mind. See, the light is going onto Freddy's head, and you can adjust the angle to make it cover more of Freddy. These lines show you where the light is going to go. But that's not what we're doing right now. We're gonna do this with Freddy, with this Freddy over here. All right. So I have 5 parts for Freddy. I'm gonna do the same for this guy. All right. So we're gonna get our 5 parts, and then if you want, you can put them all in a folder. This is what I did. You put them all in a folder. If this is completely optional, like I was saying, but you can put them all in a folder. Which Freddy Fazbear is it? Okay, it's just called Freddy. All right. Here it is. Oh. Someone did not organize this. I just took this model straight from the toolbox, as you can see. I don't think this is very well. You know what? I'll put these all in a folder just to make it less confusing. So I'll just call it parts. Yeah. So if you want, you can call these all light. And in the other Freddy model over here, which is this one. Uh, I just called the folder lights and put it in the humanoid root part. If you don't know what a humanoid root part is in a rig, the humanoid root part is like what attaches the torso. It's hard to explain actually. Um, so how rigging works in Roblox Studio, um, is you have to attach a part to another one for it to move. So like you have to have one part. So this torso or the pelvis, for in this case, is attached to the humanoid root part. So you can move that, but you can't move the humanoid root part. You can move the torso though. So you can move this. You can move. See, this will turn on this axis right here, and you can bend it any way you want. So like, I'll show you real quick. Where's it? Here it is. So as you can see, I was already making an animation. You can move it any way you want. You can do this, like this. Uh, yeah. So you can turn it. You can't like go in Blender, select the middle of it, and just drag it. You can't do that. If you wanted to make the torso lean to the side, you would have to do this. I know it's weird because if you're used to Blender, you won't really understand it until you really start using Roblox Studio. And unlike Blender as well, you can't see the bones. You just select the part. I think Blender's rigs, like rigging in Blender is a little weird. I mean, I do usually use Roblox Studio. It's a little weird because you have to move some models have like cubes and you have to move the cube to turn the elbow. But instead they like put a cube on the hand and put a cube right here so you can drag it back. It's weird and I really don't like that. I don't know why they made it like that, but I mean I'm not really used to Blender. Really the only thing I do in Blender is make renders for games. So I do know I somewhat know how to use Blender, but not really. So let's get back on track. So we have our 4 parts. You can make them like whatever size you want. Just don't make them go through the floor past Freddy's feet, because then when you do, Freddy will teleport up as you're moving him. Because I think like how this works is it wants to make everything level. So like if you didn't want that, you would have to do this. And with Freddy, because nothing is below his feet, I can just do this. See? And it's if you don't want to do that, if you don't mind like putting blocks beneath his feet and moving it this way, go for it. But it's just easier when you don't put things below his feet. I know it's frustrating, like, how am I gonna do the lighting well then? Well, yeah. See, these are extremely close to the ground. That's probably why they look good. So, I'm gonna put a point light in all of these. Point light. And then you can make them whatever color you want. It doesn't really matter. You can mess around with the colors, like I said, until you have something you like. With me, I chose like a pinkish, red. Pinkish red. So, like, I could move this, like, above his head a little bit, like this one. So, like, right here, like that. You can see it already looks pretty good. That's, like, this lighting isn't bad. Not at all. And you might be wondering, how did you get, like, these dark spots on Freddy? How did you do that? Well, if you go into here in the lights, you can set this. I mean, this looks pretty good. Like this looks good, but this looks a lot better. Now, if you have like a laptop, it might not be able to render this as well. I'm using a tower computer, which is why it's doing this so easily. Um, as you can see, this looks good, but this looks better. You can turn on the shadows for the lights, and that's what I'm going to do with Freddy. With this Freddy. So I'll turn on the shadows, and you can see it already looks pretty good. It already looks good. Now, the way you turn it with this point lights doesn't really matter, because it will still be the same, because the light direction is all around. So it doesn't really matter which way you turn it, it's still going to be the same. That changes when you get into things like spotlights and other stuff that aren't point lights. I just noticed this guy doesn't have an endoskeleton. That's fine, doesn't matter. Um, I'll position it like similar to Freddy's, but not exact. So like I'll have a part right here. I'll move another one. Right right here. And then I'll move another right there. And then I'll move that here. You can also adjust the power of the lights. So like by the feet, you might want to make it a little less so it's not too bright. Um, so it's not like too bright. If you want to do that, I'm definitely gonna change that because this is way too bright. But you can, like I said, like 3 times. You can mess around with it until you have something. Uh, yeah. So the lights are in place. I'm just gonna do that so it's like transparent, but you can still see it. Like that. There we go. And then if you want, you can like move this to be more centered with Freddy, like that, if you want. So now it's time for like the color of the lights. It's time for the color. So as you can see, this is a clusterfuck, but so there's this light. You can like, alright. Usually with Freddy models, red looks a lot better. You want it to be very bright too, so you can kind of see it. But if it's too bright, you can turn it down. So I have like, let's see, and go for like a yellowish red. Brighter for like yellowish red. Yeah, looks good. You can see because there's like a lot of lights in one area. Like the shadows don't really do much for you. But you can. So I'll edit the range. So like let's see here, like 4. That's too low. 6. Yeah. See, his head doesn't really have any light anymore though. That's an issue. Like turn the brightness up just a little bit. And then you can like turn up a little bit here. Back to the light right here. You can see, yeah, now it doesn't really reach Freddy. So 7? 76, idiot. Alright. Uh, oh yeah, because it's super far away. Um right there. That right there. You can see the lighting already looks pretty nice. This lighting is way too bright though. This is way too bright. This is way too bright. Yeah, it's way too bright. if you want, you can have it like at some angles. Like if you're doing a fixed angle, then you can like add lights in the back, make it look a bit better. But we're doing like all around looks, so it's not really an option. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think it's not nearly as good as Freddy's though, but that looks pretty good. I like that. And then when you're done, you got your. I mean, I don't really think this lighting works well. I'll change it back to like red or something. Try red. Let's try like red. Usually red does work good with Freddy. Yeah, red works really nice with Freddy. Yeah, I'll do like a darker red this time, like a darker one. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Oh my god, that actually looks really good. Yeah. Yeah, just make sure not to put them too close together because the lighting will collide. Yeah. Yeah. So this is basically how you do it. I mean, yeah. If there is any other like different or better ways, you can comment them if you want. But yeah. This is pretty much it. Um, yeah. Uh, one last thing. If you want like forced shadows, like not really shadows, what you can do, because sometimes the shadows in a head don't look that good. So what you can do is you can I might not even try to look for this dude because they did not organize this at all. Like they didn't even try, dude. This might take a while. Hold up, I gotta find the head. There's the nose. I mean, they have a bit of the endo, but not really. Um, where the hell is the? Here it is. All right. So you can duplicate it. I'll just set this to like 0.005 studs, and then you want to uh, do that, and then do that. And now what you can do is you can set this to black, and then set this to neon. And then if you want, you can like change the transparency of it. Yeah, that looks good. So I changed the transparency of it a little bit. I know you can't really see the back of it anymore, but if you like make it a bit more, I don't think it'll let me, but there. You can see it looks a bit better now. You can use like different kind of techniques to make it look better. I'm not gonna do that with this Freddy though, because it already looks peak. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this tutorial. This because I promised my next video would be on the Christmas Forsaken update, so this video will be posted right after that because this is being recorded before that. Wait, yeah, before. Uh, yeah, so this is being recorded before the video that I said it was gonna post after the post that I just did. So yeah, this video will be posted after, even though it was recorded before. See you later.